Hello and welcome to BE 170 Business Statistics AI, online business statistics. What I want to do is take you through the Canvas site and let you look at what's in all of the tabs over here on the left. A brief introduction. So on the first page here, the home page, you have the course description and then information about the instructor. I'll let you read over the course description on your own there. So I am David Shirky. I teach at the Concordia campus, and here's ways that you can contact me or contact information. My phone number is here. My preferred method of contact is email dshirky@cloud.edu. Here's a biography of educational background, and then look over this how to get started, and it'll give you some hints on how to make your way through the different tabs on the left. Let's go to announcements. So click on that and look over all of the announcements because it has information about the course, welcome information or welcome and information, chapters covered on tests. Let me just click on this one to show you this. So you have 5 tests and a final exam in this course. And so test 1 is going to cover chapters 1 and 2, test 2, chapters 3 and 4, test 3, chapters 5 and 6, and so on. Your final exam is going to be cumulative. And let's change it down now to new syllabus. The syllabus is still in the construction phase right now. I don't have it totally filled out and such. There's some more information that I need to put in there, specifically due dates and for your quizzes, or excuse me, for your tests. When it pops up here, well, taking a little while. And it might not do it right now. Let's go to, if you look over here, there's T-books. I don't have access to the T-books yet on this. Oh, here we go. It's finally popping up. A little bit slow today. Yeah. All right. Anyway, so you'll be able to click on T-books and get access to your online textbook for this course. Let's go down to assignments. And so when you're ready to take your test or your final, you'll click on assignments and you'll click on the particular test that you're going to take. Right now, I don't have the due dates on this, but those will be populated as the course progresses. Go to modules, and you'll see here a TI. It says 83, 84 plus. I actually use an 84 plus for this course. All of the video lessons that I have will be using the 84 plus. And so during some of those lessons, you'll see how to use some of the TI 84 plus commands in order to get through the course. Now, some of you might have the TI, the CE, 84 CE, and so I don't have instructions for that. But if you actually, let me go back to announcements to finish this thought. Um, if you take a look down here, let's go back here. Oh, yeah. So do make sure you look over all the announcements. You have the proctoring information right here to look over that. Let me just take a click on that. You have to, for this course, you have 5 tests. 2 of those 5 have to be proctored. So for this course, you'll need to have tests 2 and 4 proctored, as well as the final exam. This is important. If you do not have those tests proctored before you start that test, or you don't have the exam proctored before you start that final exam, the grade will be a 0. So you want to make sure that you have a proctor set up. Let's go back to announcements. So I'm sort of backtracking here. You have multiple attempts on all of the tests. So what'll happen is I've set it to 2 attempts. So you'll go through, you'll answer the test questions, you'll submit it, and then you'll get feedback as to which ones you've missed. You can then go back in and try to correct the ones that you've missed. Down here information that I need from your proctor, look over that so that you can make sure that you have a suitable proctor. I can act as a proctor myself, by the way, so, and I'm totally willing to do so. I enjoy meeting students like that face to face, so to speak. And it'll be on Zoom. And so down here where it says regarding Zoom, this is my ID number for the Zoom proctoring. So if you want me to proctor you for the two tests and for the final exam, get in touch with me well ahead of time so that we can set a time to do that. And of course, video lessons, we'll take a look at that under modules. Speaking of which, back to modules. All right, so there's all the TI. These, by the way, are on my YouTube site. So when you click on this, whichever one you want to take a look at, should you need to do that, it'll take you to a video showing you how to do this on a TI graphing calculator, TI-84 Plus specifically. Let me scroll on down here. You have notes for every section covered in this course. So for example, let me click on 1.1 and 1.2, and you'll see this pop up. And so then you have your notes here. You can maximize this, by the way, enter full screen so you can read it better. Let me scroll on down here. So this first section, what is statistics? It's just introductory and some terms that you're going to run into. Variables, levels of measurement, etc. At the end of all of my section of notes, at the end of each particular section, I have this recommended homework. I've assigned odds for most of these. I think there's a couple of problems that I've assigned that are even problems, but you should be able to figure those out. And if not, feel free to contact me. But I generally pick odd problems because in your online text, the odd problems, you can click on a little box underneath of that problem and see what the correct answer is. Another thing that you can do with this is download the notes, and I highly recommend you download all of the notes for this course. For this course, you are allowed to use your notes and your textbook and, of course, your graphing calculator. So get those notes downloaded. Back to modules. I found a site called Online Statbook a few years back, and so I've put that on all of my statistics classes, access to this. The Online Stat Book is just the general stat book that gives you every topic covered in the Online Stat Book. What I've done is I've gone through and specifically put links to certain chapters. So on this first one, I'm going to click on this for you. Chapters 1 through 3. Now it makes no use, or it's of no use to download these. Leave it here on the Canvas site and then click on whichever you want to watch. So let me just go down here under chapter 1, the introduction. We're going to go down to levels of measurement. That's one of the first things you're going to cover in chapter 1, as well as variables and such. But notice it has standard and video. Standard is just notes. If you click on that, that's not going to do you much good. Well, but you're welcome to click on it and take a look. But my notes are, I think, sufficient for that. But if you click on the video, you'll actually come to this screen right here where you can watch a video, in this case, on levels of measurement, and all you do is start it and watch it. So make good use of this also throughout the course is what I would recommend. Back to modules. You have video lessons for all of the sections covered. So you'll see the section numbers, and then you'll see, for example, here's another link back to my YouTube site, Single Variable Stats on a TI-84. All of these lessons, by the way, are on my YouTube site. So for example, if you're looking at section 1.1 and 1.2, which is the first stuff you'll be looking at. Just click on it. Now, up here, it'll say open it in a new window, and I'm not going to do that right now, but if you open it, it'll take you to the particular video on my YouTube site, and then you can start that and watch it. Down at the bottom here, you have practice test, well, almost at the bottom. You have practice test. And so, for example, let me go on and click on practice test one, which will be over chapters 1 and 2. So the test you take, by the way, will be similar to this. So I might also recommend that you print out all of the practice tests or download them and print them out, I should say. So I'm not going to download it, but again, just you hit the download key, it'll download to your computer, and you can print it out. So I'm going to go all the way down to the bottom of the page. Eventually, for all of these practice tests at the bottom, you'll see the answers so that you can go back and check the work that you've done and make sure you understand the topics. And again, throughout the entire course, should you need to get in touch with me for like a private Zooming session, just, one-on-one via Zoom as it is. And we can go over any problems that you might have as you're going through your notes or your practice tests. Let me hit the grades key. So this is what you'll see in your student view. As you take the test, your grade will be populated. So another thing that's uh, on here that's pretty handy is you have this thing over here on the right side where my arrow's moving. They're called what if scores. So let's say you've taken tests 1, 2, and 3 and the grades are in here. You can actually type in a hypothetical grade for test 4 to see what it will do for your average from based on the first 3 tests that you've taken and so on. So if you're like trying to figure out, okay, what grade do I need to keep an A average or a B average or something like that, you can click in that what if score and take a look. Student orientation over here on the left, I'll let you look at that yourself. It is essentially just how to use Canvas. And I'm thinking most likely at this point, probably all of you know your way around the Canvas site. And actually, in this case, you have a video that you can watch to find this stuff out, but student orientation if you think you might need it. And then at the end of the course, we have a course evaluation where you can evaluate the instructor. That's in all of the courses at our college. And so if you get a chance, click on that and fill out a course evaluation at the end of the semester. And again, if you have any questions throughout this course, please feel free to get in touch with me. And again, preferred method of contact, my email, dshirky@cloud.edu. Good luck with the course.